Have you heard about the recent protests by European farmers? These agricultural workers are on the front lines of a movement that's shaking up the European Union's green initiatives and stirring up political tensions. The story begins in early February when farmers from all over Europe started voicing their discontent with the EU's climate initiatives and high inflation. The Green Deal, a policy aiming for climate neutrality by the year 2050, along with rising costs, have left farmers feeling squeezed. Their profits, they argue, are insufficient for investing in sustainable agriculture. The farmers are also opposing free trade agreements that they believe could undercut their prices. In response, farmers began to stage protests, blocking roads with their tractors, setting hay bales on fire, and even spraying liquid manure at government buildings. These demonstrations have not only disrupted daily life, but also sent a strong message to the governments about the farmers' dissatisfaction. In an attempt to quell the protests, the EU made some concessions such as scrapping plans to halve pesticide use by 2030. However, the EU remains committed to cutting emissions, creating a tension that's far from resolved. As we move into March, the situation escalated in Poland as thousands of farmers protested not just against EU regulations, but also against cheap Ukrainian imports. The farmers blocked border crossings with Ukraine, citing unfair competition. This protest led to clashes with the police, resulting in injuries and arrests. The situation has strained relations between Poland and Ukraine, leading to Prime Minister Donald Tusk considering closing the border with Ukraine temporarily. He has also called for full EU sanctions on food imports from Russia and Belarus, a move supported by Ukraine. This series of protests by European farmers is more than just a demonstration of dissatisfaction. It's a complex web of economic, environmental, and political issues. The farmers' protests were triggered by the EU's green policies and high inflation, which they believe are undermining their livelihoods. Their actions, from blocking roads to confronting the police, have brought these issues into the spotlight. The effects of these protests have been far-reaching, affecting not just the farming community, but also the political landscape, EU policies, and international relations. This situation serves as a reminder of the complexities and challenges that come with balancing economic growth, environmental sustainability, and the welfare of those who work the land. As we look ahead, it remains to be seen how the European Union, national governments, and the farmers themselves will navigate these stormy waters.